Would you like to learn how to create your own envelopes at home without needing to use any specific tools? Today I'll show you two ways to do that and also a few ideas on how to decorate your envelopes before you send them to make them extra special and maybe match your cards. Stay with me. So first, I'll show you how I used to make my own envelopes. This is just a printing paper page that I'm using, and I'm going to kind of measure just past the halfway point on my card folded. And then I have it landscape orientation because this won't work if you use the other way. And then I will leave a little bit of space. You don't want to make it too tight, but then you fold it back, and then there's too much excess on the overlap. So I'm just gonna fold it backwards in a way that the left flap overlaps the right, but by less than 1 inch, maybe half an inch. And then I'm folding the excess on the downside up. I will leave some room again on the upper flap and I'll fold it down. I hope that makes sense. You can see what I'm doing on the screen. Now, that excess flap on the left, I don't need it. So I'm using my guillotine to get rid of it. But you could just use a pair of scissors. It will work okay. I will use scissors for all the other details. So all those corners, the extreme corners that we folded, we can just cut them off and get rid of them. And I will round the corners of the top and bottom flap. The rest, not so much. But we're just gonna cut off all the lines from those rectangles that formed on the corner. And once you do all four, I am going to cut a little bit of the top of the left and right flaps, and just to make it easier when you remove your card and you insert it, if you have a little bit of space, you can reach inside of your envelope a little bit better. So here you can see me kind of measuring it up, but I'm just gonna cut. There's no measurement, like I'm eyeballing it. So it would be maybe 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/16 of an inch that I'm removing here. I didn't really measure. It's just to make it easier when you have to reach inside of your envelope if you need to pull the card back out. And I'm just gonna round the corners on those bottom and upper flaps. And again, I'm eyeballing it, but if you have a corner rounder, you can use that. I am ordering one and waiting. Hopefully, it will be here this week. But at the moment, the one I have wouldn't cut that for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's too old. So, all we need to do now is add some adhesive to the bottom flap, top flap, and where that left flap will overlap the right one. So, I'm starting with the left flap and using tape. You could use glue, liquid adhesive, but in my case, because I'm using printing paper to make this example for you, that would have warped because the paper is so thin, it's so lightweight. If you add glue that is water-based, it will warp your card, your envelope. And so I chose to use just dry adhesive, double-sided adhesive. I'm gonna press it down with my bone folder, and then I'm just gonna remove the backing and press it down. Just make sure that if you use this shape to make an envelope, just make sure that you leave a little bit of room, a little bit of space. And what you can do is, if you have an extra dimensional card to use, you make the envelope around it. You know, you can make it kind of bouncy and leave some extra room so it fits better. Okay, so this one is a regular envelope, and this idea I've learned years ago from crafter named Natasha. She has an amazing channel with loads of ideas, and you just cut a square. So here it's 8.5 by 8.5, and you mark the center of that square. And then you fold the two side flaps. Here I put them way too close to the center. You don't need that. So the two first flaps that you need, leave them a bit away from your center, maybe an eighth of an inch, maybe even, yeah, probably an eighth of an inch each side would be okay. And then you're going to fold the bottom flap up to overlap those the left and right side a little bit. I erased that center mark, and I'm gonna cut out the corners, and I'm rounding them as I said before, as I did before. I like to round them up. I'm not gonna round the top one from the top flap, but the other ones I did. So here I made it too tight, so now I have to kind of loosen it up a little bit, which is not a big deal, but yeah, just make sure that you have enough space. And then I left some space from the bottom, and I calculated whether I needed to fold that top flap down, and left some extra space on that one as well. So here I'm just cutting those corners that formed where they overlapped. You can see the lines very clearly. In person, maybe you can see that well on camera, but in person you can see it pretty well. I'm just going to add the double-sided adhesive to the inner flaps, left and right, and then I'll add it to the top of my top flap, so along the borders. And that one I'm just gonna glue it when I have my card to be sent. This one I also used printing paper, just to show you that you could, like as a last resort, use printing paper, but the other ones I used better cardstock. But I will use one of these, this one, to show you how to decorate. So here are a few ideas for you. The first one, I made this pink, bright pink envelope, and you could use stencils and a bit of ink to ink blend a pattern. It's very quick, and you could choose a pattern that matches the pattern of your card, and the colors, they also match your card. Here I'm just adding a bit of white ink and just fading it as it goes towards the center. That space in the center will be more than enough to add the address and everything else. For this one, I am going to ink blend some clouds. I did take my inks out in the end. I only used whatever was left on the brush, but yeah, I would have been using those blue inks on the side. I had to speed this up because ink blending always takes me a while, but if you need to see how I did it in detail, you can always slow down the video and you can see better. Okay, so I'm just gonna start, like every time I do ink blending with clouds, I like to do it from top to bottom. I work my way down, and I find that if I do it the other way, I really don't like the results that much. And this one, once I write address and the name of the person and whatnot, I might actually come back and add some stars. Maybe I'll think about it. But I could add some stars around the pattern, and I would just use mousse, some metallic golden mousse with the stencil. I think it would look nice, but I don't know. I like the way it looks now. So for this one, we're gonna stamp, and I would suggest a stamp set like this one that is designed specifically for envelopes. This one you can add 1, 2, or 3 banners. You have the ones that are kind of diagonal, and you have the ones that are curved. You can add the edges, you can add color. There's a border with flowers and leaves. There are a few sentiments that you can add to it as well. And then in the space of the banners, you could write the person's name and address. And You can color. You It comes with a heart image as well. It's very easy to line up. I messed up the first one, but because I'm stamping with black ink, I can just come with a pen and fill in the gap that I left in there. No one will know. You can't really notice it. Because I'm doing this with the printing paper, you will see a bit of that ink on the inside. I did stamp 2 or 3 times, even though I'm not showing it on camera. So you will be able to see it a bit from the inside of the envelope. But I I did it just as an example, so it's as a last resort, as I said. If you don't have any other cardstock or anything like that, you can use a printing paper to make your envelope. So to make this envelope, I forgot to tell you. So, however, the size of your card is, you need to start with a piece of paper that is at least the double of the width of the card. So my card is 4 1/4 the width. So I use 8 1/2. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this one, it's embossing. So the way I do it, this one is 5 by 7. It's an envelope for a 5 by 7 card. And I put the flap inside of the embossing folder. I fold the rest of the envelope behind it and I run it through. That plate that I used, it doesn't leave marks or anything. So it's very good because it won't leave any prints on the rest of your envelope. If your die cut machine has a plate that is very damaged, that might be a bit problematic. And here I'm adding a hint of ink as well, and kind of rainbow colors, but I just have like a pink, a yellow, and a blue, but they will mix in the middle, so I'm gonna have a bit of orange and green formed. And it's just a hint, but it looks very nice. And you could do it with any embossing folders that you have. This is not an envelope that I made, but you can see the results here. And here are the other ones. I hope you like these ideas. Let me know and I can show you more ideas, and I'll try to do them with my cards as well, so you can see them in action. Happy crafting. Have a nice week.